he could have provoked members of National Unity Platform at their headquarters. Now, there's also another side that says that this man and his gang were driving to a press conference organized by one promoter known as Abitex. But they passed on the road where National Unity Platform has its offices. And they said that National Unity Platform members provoked Alliance Kings gang. And these are not boys you mess with and easily go away. The Fangon. Then they reiterated. And of course, police had to come in.
Now, I saw the military police, UPDF.
Yes, now, I don't have the actual facts, I must say, because Noop will give you their version, Chibira or the Fangon will give you their version as well. So it is there unless the cameras can tell the story, how it was, or some of the journalists that were there. Now, also that still brought Noop now. When tear gas, when bullets, of course, media we cover. This week we've also seen fires.
Yep.
You know, gutting places. The Nachivubo channel construction, Ham is doing justice. The speed at which the work is moving on is also something that needs a Ugandan to go and tour and see what money can do. But also, this week, remember there was a robbery by shooting, and they stole some money, I think, from a shop around Entebbe now. This week, police was able to arrest those people and take them to the crime scene to reconstruct the scene. So I love that as well, that our police actually, where gunmen came in, stole money, fired and killed, and took off. Police can investigate and arrest the right people. So I want to say kudos to Uganda police, because some of these things, when they happen and they are captured on camera, you may think, but will police be able to arrest these people?
Robert, actually, before you even take us through the local news that made headlines yesterday, I also saw a story somewhere where tenants, of course, downtown around Mini Price, they did close their shops, of course, saying that their landlord, I'm forgetting the other name, but the gentleman is called Rubega. What is the other name? Drake Rubega increased, of course, their rent. I do not know why it is always like that. I don't know at what point will these traders stop actually closing shops, because at the end of the day, most of the Ugandans who are dealing in that kind of business are affected. But anyway, kindly take us through the local news that we have as of yesterday.
Well, let's begin with government has revealed that the flagship program, the Parish Development Model, PDM, will soon be transformed into a bank. The national coordinator of the Parish Development Model, Dennis Garabuzi Sozi, made the revelation while in a meeting with the Prime Minister Robin Nabanja to review the program's implementation and performance following the presidential monitoring tour. The meeting took place at the Prime Minister's office in Kampala. The Parish Development Model was launched in February 2022 in Kibuku District, Bukedia Sub-Region by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni as a government flagship program geared towards wealth creation and poverty eradication among Ugandans. The program targets the 39% of Ugandans living in a subsistence lifestyle to enable them to join the cash economy. 2 months ago, the President concluded the PDM tours across 18 regions of Uganda. Since its inception, government has injected over 3.3 trillion shillings into PDM circles, benefiting more than 2.8 million households. According to the National Coordinator Dennis Garabuzi, piggery, coffee, and poultry projects have so far proved the most successful. Following its performance, government is now considering transforming the program into a bank. However, Garabuzi noted that for the program to succeed, government must introduce an insurance policy for PDM. Prime Minister Robin Nabanja expressed concern over reports of theft of animals for the PDM beneficiaries and called for immediate police action, citing a presidential directive to deny bail to PDM thieves. The First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Mrs. Jenny Kataha Museveni, met the new United Nations Resident Coordinator to Uganda, Mr. Leonardo Madizivaka Zulu, to discuss strengthening partnerships in education, technical training, and skills development. The meeting took place during Mr. Zulu's courtesy visit to State House Nakasero. Mrs. Museveni highlighted the long-standing collaboration between Uganda and the United Nations, including UNESCO's 75-year contribution to education and culture, the United Nations Joint Adolescent and Youth Program, and the Education Plus initiative aimed to reducing teenage pregnancies, early marriages, and HIV infections through secondary education. She stressed the urgent need for skilled technical instructors in areas like road and railway construction to equip Ugandan youth with practical skills. Mr. Zulu commended the First Lady for her 9 years of service as Minister for Education and her advocacy for the girl child. He reaffirmed the United Nations commitment to supporting Uganda's Vision 2040 and the National Development Plan 4, particularly in education, vocational training, entrepreneurship, and youth empowerment. Referring to his recent visit to Karamoja, Mr. Zulu highlighted successful vocational programs transforming the former cattle rustlers into skilled artisans and noted that such models could be scaled nationwide. Residents of Kirinya Bombe village in Weyogerere, Wakiso district, together with local leaders and police, set fire to a shrine, a sabo, allegedly linked to witchcraft practices. The shrine belonged to Nalongo Nachiganda Beni, who had refused to vacate the home of the late Swaibu Katantazi's children despite repeatedly demands. The incident followed allegations that Nalongo, in collaboration with a woman identified as Kevin, said to be working with the State House Anti-Corruption Unit, was attempting to grab the late Swipe's family property. Tensions flared in Chirinya Gombe village after residents, alongside the LC leadership and police, set ablaze a shrine allegedly used by Narongo Nachiganda Beni, accused of attempting to grab a home of the late Swaibu. The dispute erupted after the orphans of the late Katantazi petitioned the senior presidential assistant for special duties, Fiona Barungi, accusing Narongo, a former tenant, of conniving with State House Anti-Corruption Unit staff members, one identified only as Kevin, to fraudulently claim ownership of their home. During a meeting convened in the village, the residents led by the LC1 chairperson, Kafero Medi, accused Narongo of using forged documents and links with the anti-corruption unit to intimidate the orphans. The Ministry of Education recently issued directives aimed at curbing extravagant spending and promoting discipline in schools across Uganda. The guidelines cover study tours, visitation days, and schools elections. Despite these measures, some schools have failed to comply, putting the safety of learners at risk. Legislators are now urging the ministry to strengthen monitoring mechanisms to ensure full compliance. The State Minister for Education and Sports reaffirmed that schools must follow study tour guidelines, warning that those who fail to comply will face consequences. Meanwhile, Speaker of Parliament Anita Among assured parents to take action and be active in the upbringing of their children. In a related development, preparations for the East African Games aimed at promoting integration within the East African community are in high gear. Training sessions, which started on September 1st, are already underway, and members of parliament were encouraged to support the games. Now, those stories bring us to the end of our local stories this morning. Let's see what Jethro has for us on the international scene.
Well, to start with, Trump to rebrand the Pentagon as Department of War. US President Donald Trump is directing that the Department of Defense be known as the Department of War. He will sign an executive order on Friday, that is today, for the Defense Department to use the new name as a secondary title, and for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to be known as Secretary of War. Now, the Pentagon, which oversees the U.S. Armed Services, is the successor to the War Department, which was first established as a cabinet-level agency in 1789. and existed until 1947. Now, the responsibility of creating executive departments rests with the US Congress, meaning that an amendment would be required to legally change the department's name. The BBC has seen the text of the executive order, which says the name Department of War conveys a stronger message of readiness and resolve compared to Department of Defense, which emphasizes only defensive capabilities. In an effort to project strength and resolve, the order authorizes the Defense Secretary, his department, and subordinate officials to use the new titles as secondary names. Now, the order also instructs the Hegseth to recommend and include legislative and executive actions to move towards a permanent renaming of the department, since Trump cannot formally change the name without congressional approval. Now, that is Trump for you. And of course, in other news, the United Arab Emirates sent an aid convoy into Gaza on Thursday under Operation Chivalrous Night 3. Footage shows humanitarian aid being loaded on trucks before driving off to Gaza via the Rafah crossing. Now, the convoy consisted of 23 trucks, 16 of which were loaded with medical aid provided by UAE to the World Health Organization for distribution to hospitals in the Gaza Strip. This aid included medicines, medical solutions, and life-saving medical devices such as ventilators, dialysis machines and filters, inhalers to support respiratory cases, solution pumps, blood sugar meters, and more. The convoy also included 7 trucks carrying food aid. On 5th November 2023, the UAE launched Operation Chivalrous Night 3 on the orders of UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan to provide relief to Palestinians in the Gaza Strip following the outbreak of war between Israel and Hamas on 7th October 2023. And of course, the healthcare workers at a medical center that is now in Western Sudanese Darfur are continuing to treat the growing number of people infected with cholera. Footage filmed on Thursday shows workers providing treatment to patients of different ages at the medical center in the town of Al Tawila. Situated to the west of Al Fashir, the capital of Darfur, Al Tawila has become a gathering place for people displaced by the conflict between the Sudanese army and the Rapid Support Forces. Now, on Monday, the Coordination of Displaced Persons and Refugees in Darfur reported that there have been more than 9,000 cholera cases in the region since the outbreak of the disease, resulting in 389 deaths. Infections are concentrated in camps for displaced persons such as Al Tawila, they added. In August 2024, the Sudanese authorities declared cholera an epidemic in the country, which subsided in February 2025. However, it resurfaced later due to the contaminated drinking water. Now, since fighting broke out between the Sudanese army and the Rapid Support Forces in April 2023, the conflict has killed over 20,000 people, injured 33,000, and more than displaced some 12 million, while over 25.6 million Sudanese are suffering from a severe food crisis, according to United Nations statistics. And of course, I will have to appreciate the Viori News, of course, for providing us with these news stories. Robert, cholera in Sudan. These are our neighbors.
We just pray it doesn't extend to Uganda, but also we must understand that Sudan is going through a lot of things. And that is why some of us Ugandans, we shouldn't take that peace we have for granted. Now, cholera, we know it comes from poor hygiene.
Yep.
Poor hygiene. And you know, if you do not have enough peace in that country, programs like those that promote proper hygiene cannot take place because the priority is spending on peace. So that is why Ugandans have to appreciate some of these things and pray and also do our best to protect what we have achieved, to protect our gains. It's very unfortunate, but we just call upon the international bodies, humanitarian bodies, to come in and assist our brothers and sisters, provide, mostly when they talk about the water they are consuming.
Okay.
How can this water be safe? You know, how can they get safe water so that we don't lose huge numbers due to cholera?
Kindly take us through the press review. What do you have for
Well, I
us?
have the new vision, and in the new vision, we have hefty fines, jail terms await drug producers. Now, that means you have to pay huge fines. You'll face jail. Well, if you're found dealing in this, then thousands nominated as countrywide exercise ends. Showdown in Lord Mayor race. I see a picture there of Elias Lukwago. He's been there, and engineer Balimwezo, who is coming on to take on Lukwago. Now there are also pictures of who are nominated where. That is just below. And looking at education, education promotes over 260 teachers. List is inside the vision. Then Uganda, NRM vows to capture Central. Okay. And we see 6 new national parks born. Oh, Jethro.
That's a good one.
And we have universities gear up for vision quiz. Still, those interested in beauty pageants, now we have the tourism. There are some beautiful ladies there, Jethro.
Tourism?
Tourism, they are contesting who will take the crown. I see 4 of them. The first one here appears to be my height mate. And the others, I don't know if it's how they were positioned, but one looks shorter, then I think they go on like that.
That editing? Okay.
Whatever it is, but who will take that day, we'll wait and see. And let me end with that.
All right. And of course, coming in from the international press review, that is the Daily Nation, from Kenya, what do they have for us? Who failed them? We shall be finding out. But of course, the first anniversary therein, the director of public prosecutions recommends public inquest into tragedy. Still in the Daily Nation, we shall be finding out why, how the West Pokot nurse won a global award. That is, of course, you can find in the Daily Nation. But also, you will see that Mr. David Chinyua, the proprietor of the school, declined to comment, instead referring nation to the Ministry of Education. That is why you realize that there is shock of 1,000 public schools with less than 10 learners. How practical is this? I do not know. We also do have officers from the government, pathologists, who office work outside Hillside and Russia Academy in Kieni, Nyeri County on September 7th, 2024, in the aftermath of the disaster. Of course, a lot happened in that school, but of course, if you want to find out more, you will have to go to the Daily Nation and find out what exactly entails in that regard. Of course, now let's find out what is in the Uganda Gazette. We want to see how best we can analyze a few things there. In the contents, a lot of things are in there, but of course, you realize that the commissioners for oaths, in brackets, Advocates Act Commission notice to all whom these presents may come. Greetings. You will read there something and see how best you can understand. But there is the Commissioner of Oath Advocate, the notices. There is the Marriage Act notices. We do have the Education, of course, that is the Pre-Primary, Primary and Post-Primary Act notices. There is the Advocates Act, the Companies Act notices, and there is the Copyright and Neighboring Rights Regulations notice. Now, that is very important in there. But there is also the Uganda National Bureau of Standards Act. You know, these are things Ugandans need to understand. You need to find the Gazette and see what is in there. There is the Universities and Other Tertiary Institutions Act notices. But of course, not forgetting the police, of course, in brackets, Control of Private Security Organizations Regulations notices. That is very important. And there is also the Electricity Act, yes, and then the Higher Education Student is Financing Act notice. That is all you can find in the Uganda Gazette. But of course, a lot of things are into that Gazette. But Ugandans, yesterday we did talk about illiteracy here. Ugandans have to make it a point that once in a while, get these reports, get the Gazette, read and understand what is in the Gazette. So Robert, for now, let's go for the song of the day, of course with Palazzo, and that is the Tycoon.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
By shooting, and they stole some money, I think, from a shop around Entebbe now. This week, police was able to arrest those people and take them to the crime scene to reconstruct the scene. So I love that as well, that our police actually, where gunmen came in, stole money, fired and killed, and took off. Police can investigate and arrest the right people. So I want to say kudos to Uganda police, because some of these things, when they happen and they are captured on camera, you may think, but will police be able to arrest these people?
Robert, actually, before you even take us through the local news that made headlines yesterday, I also saw a story somewhere where tenants, of course, downtown around Mini Price, they did close their shops, of course, saying that their landlord, I'm forgetting the other name, but the gentleman is called Rubega. What is the other name? Drake Rubega increased, of course, their rent. I do not know why it is always like that. I don't know at what point will these traders stop actually closing shops, because at the end of the day, most of the Ugandans who are dealing in that kind of business are affected. But anyway, kindly take us through the local news that we have as of yesterday.
Well, let's begin with government has revealed that the flagship program, the Parish Development Model, PDM, will soon be transformed into a bank. The national coordinator of the Parish Development Model, Dennis Garabuzi-Sozi, made the revelation while in a meeting with the Prime Minister Robin Nabanja to review the program's implementation and performance following the presidential monitoring tour. The meeting took place at the Prime Minister's office in Kampala. The Parish Development Model was launched in February 2022 in Kibuku District, Bukedia Sub-Region by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni as a government flagship program geared towards wealth creation and poverty eradication among Ugandans. The program targets the 39% of Ugandans living in a subsistence lifestyle to enable them join the cash economy. 2 months ago, the President concluded the PDM tours across 18 regions of Uganda. Since its inception, government has injected over 3.3 trillion shillings into PDM circles, benefiting more than 2.8 million households. According to the National Coordinator Dennis Garabuzi, piggery, coffee, and poultry projects have so far proved the most successful. Following its performance, government is now considering transforming the program into a bank. However, Garabuzi noted that for the program to succeed, government must introduce an insurance policy for PDM. Prime Minister Robin Nabanja expressed concern over reports of theft of animals for the PDM beneficiaries and called for immediate police action, citing a presidential directive to deny bail to PDM thieves. The First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Mrs. Jenny Kataha Museveni, met the new United Nations resident coordinator to Uganda, Mr. Leonardo Madizivaka Zulu, to discuss strengthening partnerships in education, technical training, and skills development. The meeting took place during Mr. Zulu's courtesy visit to State House Nakasero.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
My friend Baka was found to be positive for Mpox at his old age. He needs our prayers. By the way, Timo, did you know that Mpox-related deaths occur among people with underlying conditions like HIV/AIDS, diabetes, malnutrition, and other old age-related illnesses?
Of late, I've not been following Mpox issues. I thought it wasn't that serious. So, are you saying that as long as one has any underlying condition and feels unwell, just run to the hospital?
Yes! You do not have to wait. If you have any of the signs and symptoms like a body rash, a fever, headache, and body weakness, visit your nearest health facility immediately. We do not have to take any chances, my brother.
We need to immediately inform our peers in the club to be careful.
You see, with Mpox, the magic is in getting treatment early. Those who have suffered severe disease, they wasted a lot of time either treating themselves or ignoring the disease.
Save your life. Seek treatment early, only from professional health workers whenever you feel unwell. For more information about Mpox, call the Ministry of Health toll-free line on 0800 1066 or send a free SMS to your report on 8500. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health Uganda with support from UNICEF, WHO, and its partners.
Taxation is a bit complicated, and the only way to demystify it and make it as easy to understand and to comply with is through engagement. Is there a limit to the number of cars a returning citizen is bringing into Uganda? Who has paid the excise duty on this water is not the supermarket which has sold you this bottle at 1,000. It's not the business, it is the man who is going to drink this water. We strongly believe that it will only be through such constructive engagement that we'll be able to broaden our tax base and build our country together.
Buza Commissioner. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
This is Good Morning Uganda. Of course, this is quite a very, very different special edition of GMU. I am Jethro Kasaiji, still with you. And of course, I do have a guest that I'm going to be discussing with about Rotaract. Now, a lot of things happen, and actually, I've just got to understand today, this very morning, that there is a difference between Rotaract and Rotary. So the guests that I do have in here, I will be diving into all these issues to understand better what is the difference, what do they do, how far have they moved. And of course, with me, I do have the president of Rotaract Club of Kololo, that is Miss Ntongo Sylvia. Good to have you on UBC.
Thank you.
You're fine?
Yes, I'm good.
How is Rotaract?
Rotaract is amazing.
Okay.
It's good, and it's a great community.
Thank you. I also do have the project engineer, that is Mr. Adam Mudu Mahmoud. Now, after understanding that name, of course, I have to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much for being part of us. You're live on UBC TV.
It's my pleasure to be here to explain more about our project.
Okay. Well, the topic for the day, update on Club Charter. That is update on Club Charter Night and Club Signature project. There is a norm in English, ladies first. Madam President, talk about the club charter night and the club signature, of course, project, but of course, first taking us through. But of course, those who are watching us from wherever you're watching us from, you will be sending in your questions, your comments on 0709-602592. That is our WhatsApp number. Keep those questions, comments coming in. At a later time on the show, I will be sampling some of them. Madam President, what is the difference between Rotaract and Rotary? Now, those who are watching us right now need to understand before we go into the subject matter.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Rotaract is part of Rotary International,
okay.
Which is the global organization and global movement for serving our communities. So Rotaract is for members who are basically young professionals from the age 18 and above. It has students, people who have just graduated from universities, technical institutions who come together to serve communities, but also grow in their leadership and professional skills. So by the end of the day, we are here part of an organization that is there to serve communities. Okay. So Rotary is purely a humanitarian organization, and the Rotary Club of Kololo is part of Rotary International.
For how long have you been in this? When did this club start, by the way?
Rotary Club of Kololo was chartered, was founded on 9th September 1990, and that makes it that this year we are going to celebrate 35 years of existence as a club.
Wow. Now, for someone who is hearing about Rotaract, of course, for the first time, what should come into their mind?
Okay. For someone who is hearing about Rotaract for the first time, they should understand that Rotaract is a group of young people who are committed to serve communities. So we come together to serve communities, but as we are serving communities, it also exposes us to grow our leadership skills, to grow professionally, to make acquaintances and develop a network. So that should come to people's mind when they think about Rotaract.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Mudu, I do understand that you have a number of projects that you are working on as a project manager in that line. Why did you choose Naguru Community Initiative in the first place? Because I do understand you're best there.
Thank you so much. First, at the inception, for Rotaract to serve communities, the main focus is usually to help change the livelihood of the communities surrounding us. So one of them, we focused, at the inception, we focused basically on the areas surrounding us. And one of the areas which was surrounding our community as Kololo, being a Rotaract Club of Kololo, we had the slum of Naguru and the slum of Kamocha, which are so closest to Kololo. So we did a needs assessment for the starters, and we realized that Naguru is the first priority. Though Kamocha was also our second priority, but we decided to first focus on Naguru because it had so many challenges. And we decided to put our focus projects in Naguru for the first 5 years. And when we did the needs assessment in the community, we realized that the school is in much more need. So our school was much more prioritized. The school needed our help. So
which school are we talking about?
We are talking about Naguru Katari Primary School. It's a government-aided school. It's a school which has been there for so many years, as far as I know. And it had so many needs and challenges that we needed to address as volunteers. So we decided to do a needs assessment. And the needs assessment focused on the sanitation, elevating education, as well as also helping the community grow. When we realized that they needed, when we did the measurements, of the focuses, the school, the first challenge they had was the school kitchen. They didn't have a well proper kitchen. So they decided for the first years of the start of the projects, we focused basically on the kitchen. That is when we decided to construct a state-of-art modern kitchen. And on January 2023, we went on with the designs and the proposals, and in December 13th, we entered into a partnership with the Naguru Katari Primary School Management to construct a school kitchen at a cost of 52 million Ugandan shillings.
Engineer, before you go far, yes. The president has told us you're celebrating actually 35 years, all right?
Yes, sure.
And you said among the things that you did, the needs assessment that you did, that is the first 5 years, you cited Naguru as the first community area where you have to, given the fact that it is in Kololo.
Yes.
So we want to understand, what have you done so far, probably before you go to Kololo, sorry, to Naguru? It is very important, because we want to understand the first 5 years. Have you only looked at Naguru? What about the rest of the years? If today you're celebrating 35 years, so you have 30 years, those things that you did go before you came to this, probably, if that is the case.
Yes, sure. Thank you so much. In the past, the Rotary Club of Kololo has focused in so many areas and communities, of which I can give an example. We're looking at Chanja project.
Okay.
We did the Nakasongora project. Again, in the same place, Naguru Katali, in 2018-2019, we constructed a sanitation block for the community. We handed it over. We've renovated the school in 2018 still. 2018-2019, we renovated the school in Lake Bunyonyi, that is in Kabale. We did the renovations. We also donated some scholastic materials. We've done the green projects, that is planting trees. We've been planting trees on Buvuma Island. Okay. That is an initiative that has been ongoing up to now. Every year we go and plant trees to make sure we focus also on climate change mitigation. We've been doing a number of projects. Even still in Naguru, we have been doing medical camps. Medical camps, you know what it means by medical camps. We come and give medical services to the communities. That is every year. The past year, last year, we did a medical camp, a very successful one. Though the needs of the communities...
Is that the kitchen you were talking about? I saw the picture there.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, okay.
That's the kitchen.
Well, project engineer, we must appreciate, and those are things I wanted you to first highlight actually, because in the first place, it looked like probably you're starting with just Naguru, yet you had other bigger projects that Ugandans have to appreciate. So where have you reached percentage-wise, before I go to the president? Where do you rate yourself as far as, since you identified Naguru Katari Primary School as one of your area of concern, how far have you moved to ensure that you tackle their issues that are really burning?
So far, if we look at the magnitude of their problems, when we add them on the scale, we have moved about 55%.
Okay.
First, we did the financial empowerment to the community, where we donated some items like I remember sewing machines, and also empowering. We empowered their circle, the village circle, with some funds. Over the years we've been doing it so far. Then we moved ahead to also look at the construction bit of it. The construction bit of it was starting with the school kitchen. Then we are going to move to also the sanitation block, because the school also faces challenges of the sanitation block. So for the starter, we started with empowering the community, then we are moving to the school.
Before my last question, just on that, are you in touch with the Ministry of Education? Do you sometimes seek for guidance or that permission to ensure, because of course that is a government project, ideally, however much you're giving a hand?
Yeah, we sure do. We always do. We always make sure our works are in line with the governing authorities. We have engaged KCCA.
Okay.
It is very much aware of that project. They have been visiting it and they know what we are doing. So we are in line with the government conduct.
Thank you, Madam President. Celebrating 35 years, what does celebrating 35 years mean to your club?
It means resilience as a club. It's celebrating the success for the projects that my colleague has been talking about, the impact I've made in communities, but also as members who have gone through the club, how they have grown over the years. Because when you look at our alumni are in better places, really. So celebrating that success, and sometimes when you reach out to them, they tell you that they got that resilience, they got that professional touch from the club leadership, they grew their leadership skills from the club. So as we are celebrating that 5 years of existence, not just that the club has existed, but the resilience, because some clubs fail to survive, but ours has survived for 35 years.
How
but
have you managed to do that?
I think it's teamwork. At the end of the day, it is teamwork, because you'll find being a youth club, we have waves coming in and going out. So people outgrow tracts and they transition to Rotary. Our colleagues have been in the club for the last 5 years. We have had people who have been there for, so it's very hard to say that we have had our charter members right now. They are not in the club, but they are part in different areas of the world and in Rotary. So that impacts, and having that touch from also support from our mother club, because as Rotaract we don't work as individuals or just an independent club, but we also get help from our mother club who oversee what we do, who guide us, and that really helps us. So I feel like, but also having support from our own alumni. When I transition after Rotaract, I'm expected to come back and support the club in one way or the other. Yes, and you're going to see that in this Charter Night celebration, we have a good touch of our alumni who are coming on board to support. So that's how we manage that's how we have managed, or the club has managed to survive and thrive over the years.
How do you manage to work with the youths? You know, people come into these engagements, of course, with different agendas.
Yeah, sure.
And dealing with the youths is something that actually you cannot easily look at as a minor issue, but you have to put them into control. Like, you have to control them as far as your policies, your guidelines are concerned. So how do you manage really to cooperate with the youths to ensure that you push your projects further?
Okay, Rotaract, however much it is Rotaract Kololo, but we are under Rotary Uganda, and you find that Rotary Uganda has systems. We are under Rotaract Uganda as well. So we have different leaders. When you come and subscribe to the club, you're becoming a club. For that, you're becoming a member of Rotaract Club of Kololo. But at the end of the day, you're becoming a member of Rotaract Uganda. And at the end of the day, you're becoming part of Rotary International. So we have the systems in place, and we also have goals that guide us. We have, I can also mention of the 4-way test things that we always remind ourselves, the kind of principles that drive us. Because when I say is it the truth, it's not just, I'm not just reciting, but it's one of the ways that we remind our colleagues. Are you saying the truth? What you're doing, is it fair to all concerned? So these are kinds of the guidelines that are being set up by the system, by Rotary International and Rotaract Uganda. We find ourselves to remind ourselves that when we are here, you're not just here as part of Rotaract Kololo, but whatever you're doing at the end of the day will impact Rotaract Uganda and will impact Rotary International. So that bit, I feel like it brings us back to the foundation.
You did mention about why you're celebrating that 35 years. There must be a biggest impact that you have done to the community, of course, for the past years. What is that biggest impact that you can mention to the public and say, hey guys, we have done this and we're actually proud of this?
Service projects. Service projects. Kololo has existed, but it has had very amazing projects. They have talked about Nakasongola, they have talked about Chanja. These were mega projects. And also, if I could talk about, over the years we were in these different places in the country, and we decided to come back closer because we are a club that is Rotary Club of Kololo. We decided to come back a bit closer to home and impact the communities that are around. And for the past 5 years, you can see that when we first went to Naguru, to the community of Naguru, we impacted the ladies. We impacted their circle. Their circle never remained the same. By the time we joined, we entered the community, their circle was never even, they never had a bank account, it was never registered, but we empowered them, we trained the ladies, we gave them the sewing machines. There were over 20 ladies, and we registered their circle, we got it a bank account just to see that it stands, and up to date it stands. So it's those projects, the impact that we go and cause in communities, that we really look back and celebrate. And also when you look at, by the time we have had medical camps in these different communities, such activities where we go and help to make to help people get treated within those medical camps. But also now when you look at the impact, the school, the kitchen that we're really trying to finish, we're working on, and hopefully we can be able to hand it over. These, so those kinds of projects and that bit of impact is really what we look back to celebrate.
Thank you. I'll be coming back to you to tell us how sustainable are they, how you've ensured that you sustain them, because it is not all about actually starting something and you dump it there. True. But of course you have to do follow-up, so you will be coming back with that insight. Engineer, yes. You talked of Naguru Katari Primary School, but there is Elimu Yetu. I've heard of that somewhere. Maybe you bring us into light. What does that mean?
Elimu Yetu, first of all, Elimu Yetu is a Swahili word. Meaning our education. Okay. So we brought up the slogan because we wanted to focus on education. We wanted to focus on education, how we can improve the quality of education in the community, being the only school serving almost all the other three. I think Nakawa, from Naguru, only one school is serving a community of Nakawa and as well as Mbuya. Yes. Only one government-aided school. So we focused on it because it was also the center of education in the entire community, which is also suffering from also lack of schools. So Elimu Yetu was made to make sure that we improve the quality of education. How we also wanted to improve the quality of education by constructing a state-of-art modern kitchen because of the challenges we saw. Naguru Katari Primary School is a school which is full of, it has a total number of about 955 students or pupils. So when we looked at the capacity of the school vis-a-vis also the facilities, the kitchen was not serving. Those kids are supposed to have lunch, but we realized also it's a big challenge for most of them to get food within 1 hour, because lunchtime is usually 1 hour, from 1 to 2. Yes. Yeah. So imagine 900 students are lining up to receive lunch within 1 hour. It is almost close to impossible that you'll find much of the quality time is taken over during lunch hours. You would find at the school, the lunch hour would run almost for 2 hours or 3 hours because the rest of the other kids have not received their meals in time.
Engineer, one might ask why actually you chose the art of that modern kitchen facility you're talking about. Yes, we've seen the pictures, it is in place, but for someone out there who has not been into this school, might be wondering why the kitchen? Because the education sector is broad. very many schools are really in bad shape, bad conditions, whatsoever. But why the kitchen? Because one, someone might think about classrooms, someone might think about toilets, someone might think about desks where people have to sit, students have to sit. Someone might think of providing shoes for those students and uniforms, school bags, stationery all together. Why the kitchen, really?
Thank you very much.
Should we assume actually that all the other issues are roughly somehow fair enough?
Not all of them are somehow fair, of course, but also
or you decided to start with the kitchen anyway.
No, at a percentage,
yes,
some were fair, some were not, but also we prioritize the needs of the user. When we sat down with the user after the needs assessment, we listed them from 1 to 4. We have the desks, we have the scholastic materials, we have the water tank, supply of clean water, we have the renovation of the toilets, we had the kitchen. So when we sat down with the user and we broke it down to them and we told them, look, as young as we are, we're also starting in life. We do not have all the monies to do all the things at a go. So we showed them, as far as we are at the moment, we can start by phasing out all these programs. So we asked them which is of the much more priority than the other. And to them, the fourth one was number 1, which was the school kitchen. They needed the kitchen more than renovating the classroom block or maybe providing desks and the other scholastic materials. So we decided to go by what the user needs most at the moment. As also time goes on, we are going to be tackling all the other 3. So, but for the starter...
In the period of the 5 years you talked about?
Yes, for the starter, we decided to first have the kitchen complete and hand it over to the school.
So after you putting up this art modern kitchen facility, how is it impactful to the community? Why am I asking the community? The community is broad, right? Yes. Now, the kitchen is in the school, right?
Yes.
So how are the neighbors around benefiting from it? Or your target was strictly the school and that is it?
Thank you so much. Our target wasn't the school, but we are also looking at the community as a component. It is made up of parents and these very kids. So we looked at the impact of what the kitchen can do to the kids. Specifically, we're targeting the school-going kids. But as well, these kids are the children of the people who are living in the community. Because the way I can endure hunger is not the same way a kid can endure hunger. I can decide even to do away without food.
Actually, very many are dropping out of school because of that.
Definitely. So we were trying to see how a child can attain education, go back home with a smiling face.
So you're as well saving a parent.
We are saving a parent. Yes.
Well, President, you did talk about service projects, a number of things that you've done, and I did say you will have to tell us how are you ensuring that the projects that you're starting are really sustainable, because we do not want you to start up something before you know it. I mean, it is no longer there, people are not making use of it. So whatever you put up, there must be progress.
Yeah, true.
How are you ensuring this?
One of the things how we sustain our projects is through community needs assessment. Community assessment. When you enter a community as Rotary or Rotaract, as a club, you don't impose on them what you want to do, but you have to carry out an assessment and you appreciate what they really need. So when you go to our community and it's them identifying their needs, their challenges, it's very easy for them to welcome and be part of the project. That even when you go away after the years, they will be willing to look after this project because they needed it. So one of the things that we have been advised is not to impose. We try not to impose our ideas. We try not to impose what we want to do because those are the resources that we have, but to understand. As just my colleague told you, we we thought maybe that renovating the classroom block will be the priority to the school. But after talking, when you're doing a community assessment, you will involve the leaders, the local leaders, you involve the different stakeholders, and you have these meetings, you have these briefings, you have these discussions, and you agree. Every time you agree and they pick and you start with their priority, they welcome it and they embrace it. That even when you go away, they will look after, they will be willing. Exactly, yes. So that's the way that we try to sustain our projects.
Let's talk about how you've shaped your members' personal and, of course, professional growth.
Okay. Rotaract, one of its goals is to develop professional and leadership skills, and we take it really very personal and very key to everyone who joins the club. Because it exposes you directly to these leadership positions. Before you know it, usually when you find we have a culture in our club, the new members, you take up, we have what we call birthday groups. Birthday groups are like cells within the club that try to make interactions a bit easier for everyone. So when you join the new members, we start by giving them being birthday group heads. When you're birthday group head, managing a birthday group is not an easy task. So it puts you out of your comfort zone. Before you know it, we have the board. And in Rotary, our leadership changes every year. So meaning there is an opportunity for everyone to get exposed to a leadership position. I'm president this year. Next year we're going to have another president, and the other year. So because I'm the 35th president, that shows you that in the club, we have been there for 35 years, but we have had 35 presidents. So as you expose, you walk in as an accountant, before you know it, you're managing projects, so you pick up that skill. Before you know it, you're leading a birthday group, so you manage, you pick up a skill of teamwork, working with teams. So we don't just let members just be members just in the club, but we give them responsibilities. And remember, we are all volunteering, no one is being paid.
Now that is where I was coming. Is this all voluntary work? Because you see, Ugandans, a few of those really want to do voluntary work. People want to come, at the end of the day, they are taking something back home.
Yeah. So
how have you managed to change their mindset as well? You see, that is something very hard, by the way.
Yeah, we are very intentional about it, and also Rotary as an organization is very intentional about it, because you must appreciate that I'm here to, everything that I'm going to do is voluntary. No profit gains, no what. You're going to offer your time, you're going to offer your experience and skills, you're going to offer even your finances.
Where do you get the money to do all this?
First, we ourselves, we try to mobilize the little funds that we have, but also we go out there for service projects. We go out there to look for partners to come on board. We mobilize resources. So it's not entirely that as a club that you're going to come up with this money, but you just come up with, go to the communities, identify those needs, craft those proposals, reach out to organizations. That's how we manage to finance our activities.
Okay, about how many members do you have?
Currently, the Rotary Club of Kololo is at 50 members. Yes, we are 50 members in the club.
For 35 years?
35 years.
Some have dropped out. Actually, you talked about those that are outgrow and have to move on to another stage.
Our last goal in Rotaract is transitioning. You're expected at the end of the day yes, you're expected at the end of the day to transition from Rotaract to Rotary. So we also really take it very personal, and we aim at it, because I'm going to be here, but before you know it, I'm expected to grow, and as I grow, I'm expected to transition to Rotary. So we lose members who are transitioning to Rotary, but we also, Rotaract is a youth organization, right? We are made up of youth, and sometimes it's because of transfers, people are transferred in their jobs, people move and, shift to other countries. So that's how, that's why we find a bit of having that today we are 50,
tomorrow
the next day,
you're 70,
yes.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Well, that's okay. Engineer,
Yes,
let's talk about some of the challenges that you do face as the project engineer or as a Rotaract in general, because I do understand you have a lot of ideas. You already have a lot of concept note papers, ideas where that you want to implement, but you have some challenges.
Yeah, of course we do. As any other organization or community, we always have challenges. The major challenges we receive because we are youths, we are young professionals, we are also just, every day we're just trying to maybe gather funds, also develop ourselves financially. So major challenges can be financial hardships because none of us can sustain these projects financially. We always have to look out for donors and partners to come on board. So it's also a big challenge because we are looking at a project of 62 million Ugandan shillings. None of us has 62 millions, but through the time, we always engage the various partners to come on board. So one of the challenges is also funds to finance these projects.
It's the major challenge.
It's the major challenge. The other challenge also you can look at is also at times you face membership fluctuation.
Oh, yeah.
You will find, as she mentioned, a member can leave a club, members are transferred, members lose interest in the club. It happens anywhere. Just the way you can lose an interest in a community and you decide to leave it. So you find tomorrow you may be 50, and the bigger the better in Rotaract.
And on a bad day you have 20.
On a bad day you have 20. That means when you are 20, you can do less. The more, the better.
But it seems you have to do a lot, an engineer, because if people outgrow, which is really acceptable, by the way, what are you doing to ensure that you keep all these members? Because it is a process. But for 35 years, I mean, someone would expect you to have about 100 plus members.
Definitely. As a club, it's supposed to be, the club's mandate always to develop membership. There is a directory which is supposed to handle membership growth and also retention. There is supposed to be appointed directors who are supposed to also go out in the communities, lobby young ones to join Rotaract, mainly to join your club. You find a colleague at work, you convince them, sweet talk them, you bring them aboard, they pick an interest, they join the club. That is how we manage to grow. Because it's a voluntary system, you are not supposed to force anyone. It's somebody is supposed to just be attracted to the system. So that is also a challenge because we are human beings, but at times our perceptions towards certain things changes. So that is a challenge. But we manage to keep up over years because the more you keep up a good quality, the more people will want to come and join you. You will see the best performing clubs, usually they find themselves with bigger numbers of members. Because the more, just like in a school, when you find a school which is performing very well in the national exams, you will find it has to full capacity students. That is how we are. The better, the more. We perform better, you will find very many people pick interest in coming to join that club. I'm an example of that. I was never invited to join Kololo. Okay. I was living...
You just found yourself there?
No, I didn't find myself there.
How did you get there?
I was just living in the community of Kololo as well. And during that time, I was looking at something to do as a youth. I'm working and I saved some little money, but as well I want to give back to the community. When I went onto social media page of Rotary Club of Kololo, when I scrolled through what they have been doing over the years, I was greatly attracted to what these guys are doing. So I picked an interest through that because of how much they can successfully achieve as young as they are. And that is how I found myself bringing myself to the club, not the club inviting me. So that one also, the more you're doing good things, the more you're transparent, the more you're also very resilient. You attract so many people.
So kindly define the status progress of the project that you're doing as we wrap up.
The project right now, the progress is at 77%. So it is near to completion. This is the final phase of completion. We are going to make sure we hand over the project this Rotary year.
All right.
Yes.
President. Not the President of Uganda. President Rotary Club of Kololo. What makes this milestone, we are coming to the close of the show, what makes this milestone a celebration so special? Take it away.
35 years. 35
What makes it so special in the 35 years?
35 years. It's very interesting that when you look back in the members that we have currently, I'm sure none of them was or even around when the club was being started. But 35 years looking back, and when you get to interact with the people that have gone through the ranks of the club, it's really interesting. When you get to hear the stories, because some of them, we hear the stories, when you get to see the pictures, when you get to see the different impacts that we have caused in the communities, really, you have to look back and celebrate and be grateful that you're part of this generation that is carrying forward the club. So 35 years, we're not just celebrating 35 years just because it's a number, but it's the impact that you have really caused. And to me, every year that because every year comes with a project, every year we are causing a different impact. So we cannot mention all the projects that we have had in the communities, and the lives that we have touched in the communities. So we are celebrating 35 years of impacting the community, and that's the special bit of it.
How can the public get involved?
Our Charter Night celebrations are next Friday, 12th September. That's when the Rotary Club of Kololo will be celebrating its 35 years of existence for that celebration. So the public can get involved by coming to attend the Charter celebrations. So we would like to call all Rotarians and Rotractors who can come and join us for the celebrations. But also for those who cannot come for the celebrations, we have a cause that we are putting across as a club for the community of Naguru. They can come on board. We have our proposals, our concept notes ready, our bills of quantities, of course, for the remaining, for the outstanding bits of the project that they're ready, and they're there. They can reach out to us and partner with us. They will receive all these accountabilities, and we be part of the cause, of the good cause in the community of Naguru.
All right, there is a lady here, Sarah, says, thank you, Jethro, for bringing those Rotaractors. I appreciate the efforts. And she calls upon you to join them. They have a marathon to raise funds to build a dining hall for Mengo Senior Secondary School for about 7,000 students. This is a government traditional school which has existed for the last 130 years. That is Sarah. Engineer, President, I'm coming back for your last remarks. Engineer, what is the next project you're up to after this one? After this that you're working on, the art of the kitchen modern facility that you've put up or that you're finishing to put up, in 1-2 minutes with your last remarks.
The next on our agenda, we are going to embark on first renovation of the sanitation block, that is the toilet blocks, and also constructing toilet and washroom facilities for the teaching staff. So that is our next phase of the project. Then we can move to the others. So we are going to renovate the toilet block. We are going to construct also a new toilet and washroom facility for the staff of Naguru Katari Primary School.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Madam President, your last remarks. Our time is done. you can call up on Uganda and see how best they can join you, and if in case I have left anything that you want to mention as far as a Rotaract Club of Kolo is concerned.
Okay. Rotaract Club of Kolo is a club that meets every Friday. That's when we have our meetings from 6 to 7. Anyone who wants to join us, they can join us every Friday. We meet at Hotel Rouge around Chint Road. That's where we fellowship, that's where we have our weekly meetings. They can join us, but also they can also reach out to us for those who want to be part of the cause that we have in the communities at rctkololo@gmail.com. That is our official email address. They can also come and join us for our 35th Charter celebrations. They come this coming Friday, next week, on 12th September, and be part of us as we are going to celebrate, but also fundraise for our signature projects. Because Elimiot is not the only project that we are doing. We have other projects, but this time round, we want to see that we fundraise and get that money for the remaining 25%, and we hand over this beautiful kitchen to the community.
All right, thank you so much, Madam President Ndongo Sylvia, President Rotaract Club of Kololo, together with the project engineer, Mr. Adam Mudu Mahmoud. Thank you so much for sparing time. The lady who sent that question of Mengo says the marathon is at 27th September at Mengo Senior Secondary School as they build, of course, that project. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of The Real. I am Jethro. Asaiji GMU continues. Don't go away.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam President. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much, Engineer,
Pleasure.
for your time.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Pick of the day on UBC.
One-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
A weekly face-to-face conversation focusing on accountability, inspiration, information, and sensitization of the public from the various sources, such as inspirational profiles.
Having disability is not inability.
Every Friday, 9 p.m., it's one-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
Don't you see anywhere that you would give a credit in the fight against COVID?
My role as the owner of the country is not to, be preoccupied by giving credit to my servant.
We have said that if we are to talk to General Museveni, there must be certain conditions in place.
Is it true that you paid 5 million shillings to MPs that voted for?
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know. You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
My friend Baka was found to be positive for Mpox at his old age. He needs our prayers. By the way, Timo, did you know that Mpox-related deaths occur among people with underlying conditions like HIV/AIDS, diabetes, malnutrition, and other old age-related illnesses?
Of late, I've not been following Mpox issues. I thought it wasn't that serious. So, are you saying that as long as one has any underlying condition and feels unwell, just run to the hospital?
Yes! You do not have to wait. If you have any of the signs and symptoms like a body rash, a fever, headache, and body weakness, visit your nearest health facility immediately. We do not have to take any chances, my brother.
We need to immediately inform our peers in the club to be careful.
You see, with Mpox, the magic is in getting treatment early. Those who have suffered severe disease, they wasted a lot of time either treating themselves or ignoring the disease.
Save your life. Seek treatment early. Only from professional health workers whenever you feel unwell. For more information about Mpox, call the Ministry of Health toll-free line on 0800 1066 or send a free SMS to YouReport on 8500. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health Uganda with support from UNICEF, WHO, and its partners.
Taxation is a bit complicated, and the only way to demystify it and make it as easy to understand and to comply with is through engagement. Is there a limit to the number of cars a returning citizen is bringing into Uganda? Who has paid the excise duty on this water is not the supermarket which has sold you this bottle at 1,000. It's not the business. It is the man who is going to drink this water. We strongly believe that it will only be through such constructive engagement that we'll be able to broaden our tax base and build our country together.
Buza Kamiso now. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Our program of poverty eradication is a must. We want everybody to be involved.
Through the parish development model, Ugandans are starting small but impactful projects to improve their livelihoods.
When we give 1 million, we know it's not enough to do many things, but it's a starting point.
I'm a PDM beneficiary, a farmer. Your Excellency, I was given 1 million Uganda shillings from Kobil Kawo PDM Sako. Your Excellency, I got 20 bunches from my small piece of land sold, got 400,000, put in the PDM farm, Your Excellency, in the PDM money, Your Excellency, I bought a cow of 1,400,000.
In 1 year, 100 families in the parish you get. In 5 years, 500 families would have got.
We were the first people to receive money from Nakaprepret. I received $1 million. I rented 4 acres of land and I was able to harvest 14 bags.
So really this 1 million is enabling somebody to start something. Yes, and we don't want to give too much money to one person because we have got very many people to cover.
The parish development model empowers the people, focusing on lifting up the masses and creating opportunities that ensure prosperity for all. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance.
Nsooka okwebaza omukulembeze w'eggwanga okututeekateeka. Twali tetunnaba kuteekebwateekebwa, twafuna okusoomoozebwa nga kungi nnyo. Omuli okutukwata abasirikale, olumu nga tetulina na kitukoze. Kale nga n'akasente k'oba osonzeewo ggwe nga ggwe akagenda okukuyambako mu bizibu byo, nga weekanga okawadde abasirikale. Naye okuva ffe ghetto structure we yayimirirawo ebintu bingi byakyuka. Abaana baffe tebakyabakwata nnyo okuggyako abo abamenyi b'amateeka. Ne be bakutte nga babakwatidde mu ghetto nga ekikwekweto kibadde kiyise. Nabo tulina omukisa ogugenda okubaggyayo. Abasirikale batuwulira. Abasirikale batuwulira. Toyinza kugenda ku poliisi n'ogamba DPC nti bakutte omwana wange ng'akumanyi nti oli komanda. N'atateekayo nnyo maanyi kukola ki? Kumugyayo. Ne neebaza bakama baffe, Jeno Damulira, Afande Kuteesa, nange tweyanziza nnyo mukoze kyamaanyi, bo bakoze kyamaanyi nnyo tuteekateeka. Kuba bwe twamala okuyingira ghetto structure ne batuteekerawo n'essako. Ne certificate twazifuna. Kati batteekerawo ssako eyo. Era muzeeyi n'amala n'atuukiriza kye yatugamba n'atuteekeramu ssente. Era kati eno essaawa gye tuliko tuwola abaana, tuwola ba ghetto youth, ababadde balina bizinesi zaabwe naye nga zibulamu ebyokkola. Tugenda tubawa okutwaliza wamu kati tuli bulungi, tetuli bubi nnyo, era twebaliza ddala President Museveni okutukolera ekintu ekyo kuba mu butuufu twali.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Wire, yes, Polly.
Akansha on the bed.
Kubira obufaananyi opereze ndabe, kukubira akasimu mbuulire bwe osuze, kakyayiko kumakya we kabanga kawoze, njagala nkabugumye ssukaali bambi nnyongeze, bakuzunza bangi naye teweerumya mutwe, sigala nangwe make history, respect nkuwa kuba you are my boo. Olina Nyanda. Oh, so bad. I love you more. Oh, Lilianda. Super Nyanda. So bad. I love you more. Sawa kukuliro kukorero buvazi no bambe. Sirire merero kubera ungara yakakanje. Era musubizo kukwanyura kwa wange murwatu. Oh yeah, figure ain't your mind. Never let me down. Let me down, Lilianda. Super Nyanda. Oh, so bad. I love you more. Yeah. Oh, Lilianda. Super Nyanda. So bad. I love you more. Kubira mfana nyo pereza ndabe. Ukubira kasimo mbulire kwe osuze. Kachayiko kumachawe kabanga kaoze. Njagala nkabugumye sukari bambi nyongeze. Kusunza maji na ite weru ya mutwe. Sigala namwe make history. Respect kuwa kuba you are mabu.
Kaimbako, it is a beautiful song. There is a way how it starts. Olidianda, Olinga Kachayiko kumachanga kaoze. Just Ali, thank you so much for that music. Of course, the GMU, ladies and gentlemen, continues live on UBC TV. Of course, not forgetting this is always a special edition because it is a weekend, so we have to find ways of ushering you into that mood. It is a good feeling. It is a great mood out there, wherever you're watching us from. But of course, not forgetting that there is Meet That Moho's Trivia Ele. Remember, we are organizing not as UBC, but of course as Uganda, That Beauty with Brains, that contest for Miss Uganda 2025. So the highly anticipated Miss Uganda 2025-2026 pageant draws closer. Of course, one of the contestants there is generating buzz for her stunning looks, sharp wisdom, and inspiring story. Moho's Trivia Ele, a 22-year-old beauty, is vying for the Miss Uganda Crown 2025 amongst the other 25 contestants. So those who are watching us from wherever you are, you have to find ways of how best you can vote for Moho's. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from Jesper Ali. Jesper, you're live on UBC. Thank you so much for being part of us.
You're welcome.
Who inspired you to join the music industry? You have good music, man.
I was inspired by myself, as me. Yeah.
Who writes your music?
I do really write my music. Yeah.
Because Ugandans out there are expecting a lot from you. What do you have for them? How best can they really enjoy most of these things? You know, being creative is not something easy, you know?
Yeah. I think it's about talent and loving something, what you do. Yeah.
So as a youth, you hold your mic properly. As a youth, I do understand you are a youth. Are there people who are actually admiring what you're doing? It is very important. Are you inspiring the bavubuka abali to ensure that they join the music industry?
Yeah, there are many
of them.
Yeah.
How many songs do you have so far?
Probably I have like 5 songs now.
You have like 5 songs.
Yeah.
All right. Now at this time, I want to give you the floor so that you sample us with some of your music. Today is a Friday, so it is you actually who is ushering us to the weekend. You know, the party starts today, Friday. We do have Saturday, Sunday before we get to the new week on Monday. Take it away, Jesper.
Okay, thanks.
Sample.
I have a song called Love on Zita. Give me love. Give me loving. Give me loving, my baby. Give me loving. Give me loving, my baby. Olugendo rentambudde lulagamva walanze. Yeah, man.
Boss man, turn around, my nigga.
Wire. Olugendo rentambudde lulagamva wala. Nga nkunoonyerezaako nnyo si papa tumera. Ene waffe batukuutira akabalifu obwavu. lisuusutwa litambula wunyera nze nayo ntambuzo ntagaza kyendikonza kimanyi abalungi mbalabyeko abaweka nayo wasinze nsunika nayo nkumira buwumezi kibala kya mukwano gwo era okirabirawo nti ze ngumidde ku kigambo kyo nze nasima dda kafiga keeko byolina bimala nze nasima dda nze natuuka dda wabula obimala give me love my baby give me love my baby give me love baby give me love my baby give me love baby kubalirako my love kusaba butaddiriza ze wendi byonna mbimala jakulwa baby ebigambo byogerwa naye kimanye nti nomwetaaga yenzo uwo ndikuludda lwera sikulekawo my baby ebigambo byogerwa naye kimanye nti nomwetaaga yenzo uwo ndikuludda lwera sikulekawo my baby buli kimu kikola ku lulwo my baby nze nga njagala nnyo nkutobere buli kimu kusanyusa onsiime bulamu bunyuma nga gwoyagala mulabo oyo takukiitinga mukwatagana temuyombagana ng'omulamu ayelaavu abasatu basatulula let's settle these things we together bulamu bwange nkwagala nnyo you know agamaso golina tegalinalina ebigambo byogerwa naye kimanye tino nkwetaaga yenzo uwo ndikuludda lwera sirikulekawo my baby ebigambo byogerwa naye kimanye tino nkwetaaga yenzo uwo ndikuludda lwera sirikulekawo my baby Girl, me love you, me don't need no other. Kulinya leo manyi me scream so loud that you manye, girl, you take my breath away. Baby, you take my breath away. Baby, you got my attention. Omukwano go kulina pollination. Gokwata ko misuwa jozu kusobo ngo uli uoto ina chondekedde. Ngambobo mpulira muwala. Kubesubirili mukwe. Dolinze bingi bambi byenkusubiza. Mukwano sili mukatemba. Kabuku mukompa mukwano nkawulira. Embeho sikyagiwulira ekwe kabuuti yange. Baby, gwe musana gwange. Ebigambo byogerwa naye kimanye tino nkwetaaga yenzo uwo ndikuludda lwera sirikulekawo my baby ebigambo byogerwa naye kimanye tino nkwetaaga yenzo uwo ndikuludda lwera sirikulekawo my baby omukwano gwompa tegwala gukutiza ng'oguwanze kaye
Boss man, turn around, my nigga.
Ekibadde kikuta obudde kibutadde omutima gye gusula omulungi nzuunongedde wafuuka kisalamudde kwendowooleza amaaso we gakulabako olwo lw'empeweera nsaba mba omusajja oyo gw'oyagala gwe wegwaniza nkuwa omukwano ogwalagirwa emirembe gyonna Boyoyo mukwano baby, sawa count on me I got love in a plenty, tonyomereri Boyoyo mukwano baby, sawa count on me I got love in a plenty, tonyomereri Mubyo mukwano I got a best flavor Kusuka okuzabu ne feza Kukwate biringa sikuweza, yeah Njagala nkuwembejje, nkubugumye in cold weather, I go make your dreams come true, give you my Benjamin dollar, Omulungi ebirungi bikusakulira, Your love is all I want for life. Boyoyo mukwano baby, sawa count on me
I got love in a plenty, tonyomereri. Oyoyo mukwano pensa count on me. I got love in a plenty, tonyomereri. Yeah. Wafuuka kisala budde kwendowooleza amaaso we gakulabako olwo lwempeweera nsaba ng'omusajja oyo gw'oyagala gwegwaniza nkuwa omukwano ogwalagirwa emirembe gyonna oyoyo mukwano baby nsaba count on me I got love in a plenty tonyomereri oyoyo mukwano nsaba count on me I got love in a plenty. Wire. I wanna ride your bike. Kuimbire bulala bike. These days no reason for season. I wanna scratch your back with no reason. Yeah, omukwano nkwewulira onzita onzita nyora omukwano ngenderera puliriza puliriza mwatundasa lava onzita olwaleero tompona lava kunona olwaleero tompona lava onzita olwaleero tompona lava kunona olwaleero tompona lwoba ofunye obudde osonga busonzi mukwano twesanga yongedde kuno si kwefumba lwemba nfunye seewesa kuwa buwi mukwano nze kwagala nnyo baby. These days no reason for season. I wanna scratch your back with no reason. Yeah, omukwano nkwewulira onzita onzita nyora omukwano ngenderera puliriza puliriza baby ndasa baby onzita olwaleero tompona kunono kunona olwaleero tompona lava onzita nze olwaleero tompona baby kunona olwaleero tompona.
One blazing made it.
Wire. Yes, party.
Akansha on the bed.
Kubira obufaananyi ompereze ndale kukubira akasimu buulire gwe osuze kakyayiko kumakya we kaba nga kawoze njagala nkabugumye sukaali bambi nyongeze bakuzunza bangi naye tewerumya mutwe sigala nangwe make this story respect nkuwa kubayiwa mabu oliryanda supa nyanda so better I love you more. Olivianda, super nyanda. So better, I love you more. Sama kukuliro bukorero buvazi nobambe. Sirire merero kubera ungaya ya kaganje. Era musubizo kukwanjula ngo wange mulwatu. Oh yeah, figure 8 your mind, never let me down. Don't let me down, Olivianda. Super yanda.
Naye Jesper. Oli mukwano. Kuba ennyimba zonna mpulira za mukwano. Olivianda, leero tompona, kwegamba. Naye ng'ekintu okikuba okikola otya ekintu kino okoze otya okulaba nti ekyamazima okituusa woli because manyi si byangu naye manyi ng'abavubuka tuba tulina okwebeereramu okikola otya?
Just ngezaako trying hustling that's it
Wanga akasente omuvujirizi waali okufulumya video si jangu maani. Okikola otya nsonga y'akasente kano?
Just era nga nkugambye nti
oyiriba mweno
neno kola mikwano egisobola okuyamba. That's it.
Naye kati ekikulu abantu bakufunye batya, abantu bakusanzeewa okulaba nti ogenda maaso n'okubanga okuba ekintu kino?
Hello people, my name's Jasper Ali. Okuwona omuntu wayinza okunsanga on my Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, wona otekawo Jasper Ali. JESPER then Ali. Yeah, all my social media platforms.
Kakati obaka bw'obusembayo Jasper Ali njagala nkute kuba kakati fe Friday maze okuba ng'otuwa vibe omuziki tugutegedde. Nze ntegedde nti ebintu by'omukwano bino birimu nnyo. Simanyi lwaki osalawo nnyo okuwandiika ku mukwano mu mbeera eyo, naye obaka bw'obusembayo eri abavubuka, eri abakulaba n'okulaba nti ekintu kyogera mu maaso n'okuba ng'okitambuza.
People out there, I'm requesting you to love my music. Support me as you can. By names of Jasper Ali. Chenyezo bagamba just ekyo. Kunjagala kwagala music wange basuubiza bawe ekirungi. That's it.
Yeah man, Jasper Ali omuwulidde, you've heard it from him, he has good music. But of course, I do understand. I was actually asking him why he's into too much of love, because most of his songs he's actually singing about love. Well, love is not a bad thing. That is, of course, if you have a good woman, right? It is a good feeling, of course. But of course, GMU, ladies and gentlemen, continues. We still have a lot of things on our plate. Of course, we have to talk about movies here and there. We have to unleash a few movies. Actually, last month, there are some movies that were released, but of course I'll be taking you through some of these trailers. But for now, allow me leave Jasper Ali to live as we continue. Thank you, Jasper.
Okay.
Nze nkutadde, yeah man?
Yeah.
Super yanda. Oh, so bad. I love you more. Yeah. Olilianda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Pick of the day on UBC.
One-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
A weekly face-to-face conversation focusing on accountability, inspiration, information, and sensitization of the public from the various sources, such as inspirational profiles.
Having a disability is not inability.
Every Friday 9 p.m., it's one-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
Don't you see anywhere that you would give a credit in the fight against COVID?
My role as the owner of the country is not to, be preoccupied by giving credit to my servant.
We have said that if we are to talk to General Museveni, there must be certain conditions in place.
Is it true that you paid 5 million shillings to MPs that voted for?
Was brought to you by.
I'll call you every day, yeah yo, Beidundolo.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends friends to form a team of 4 and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Taxation is a bit complicated, and the only way to demystify it and make it as easy to understand and to comply with is through engagement. Is there a limit to the number of cars a returning citizen is bringing into Uganda? Who has paid the excise duty on this water is not the supermarket which has sold you this bottle at 1,000. It's not the business, it is the man who is going to drink this water. We strongly believe that it will only be through such constructive engagement that we'll be able to broaden our tax base and build our country together.
Booza Commissioner. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Well, GMU Friday Special continues, ladies and gentlemen. I did tell you that, of course, every Friday we have to give you a plot for the weekend. We have to put that vibe. We have to instill that mood in you. It is very important because it is usually actually a long week, you know, from Monday to Friday. So after lunch, every Friday, I think that is when a human being, to those who really go to offices, that is when you start toning down, yeah? To ensure that you put yourself in that relaxation mode, of course, as you usher in the great weekend that is, of course, Saturday and Sunday. So you have had some bit of music. It is very important, of course, to refresh your minds. But, of course, you also have to get some good plots for the movie, yeah? And, of course, for the movie 1, we do have The Pickup. Yeah, The Pickup is a 2025 American heist action comedy, a film produced and directed by Tim Story and written by Matt Mida, yeah, and Kevin Barrows. The film stars, there was Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson, Eva Longoria, and KK Palmer. All right, so the film was released by Amazon MGM Studios via Amazon Prime Video, that is on August 6th, 2025, and received generally negative reviews. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at the trailer.
Round 5, get out there!
You were supposed to retire, moving on to a new career.
You're pivoting this late?
Well, how old do you think I am? Well, you're black, so you look 40, but you could be up to 90. Hey, yo, you seeing this? Pull over and you won't get hurt. We're gonna die. Calm down. Remember your training.
Put your hands up! I took a 15-hour online course. What training?
Reggie Miller. Who?
Oh, that's not good. Since you're gonna kill us, why don't you just show us who you are? Tell us and show us out!
Yo, you better give me that money.
I'm gonna throw up.
You swallow that shit. If you throw up, you a
What is this? And who is they?
Change of plans. You two are gonna help me steal $60 million from the casino. Because if you don't, your wife's dead.
If you let us go, I'll let you bang my twin sister. She looks like me with long hair.
You trying to get us shot?
Russell, you don't answer your phone? Did you forget you married a Latina? I put a tracking chip in your neck. Hi, Natalie.
You fell in love this weekend?
Of course. We did butt stuff.
Yo, you better give me that money.
That's wow.
That was awesome, dude.
I look at my leg and my foot and my ankle. My meniscus, I know I tore my whole back out, too.
What, just from that?
Are those the same underwear from Friday?
Actually feature Eddie Murphy. Expect some good comedy. Yeah, it is very important. I did watch that movie, I can confirm, and it was a very nice one. So Russell Pierce, in that very movie, The Pickup, was a veteran armored car driver nearing retirement, and Travis Stolley, a rookie who aspires to be a police officer, team up for the first time on duty. And of course, while on duty, criminal mastermind Zoe ambushes them with Banner and Miguel. Yeah, the cast: Eddie Murphy was Russell Pierce, Pete Davidson was Travis Stolley, and of course Keke Palmer was Zoe, Jack Casey as Banner, Ismail Cruz Cordova as Miguel, and Eva Longoria as Natalie Pierce. Production: the film was greenlit by Amazon MGM Studios in March 2023, with of course Eddie Murphy attached to as the star. In December 2023, Keke Palmer and Pete Davidson joined the cast, and in February 2024, Andrew Dice Clay, Eva Longoria, Ismail Cruz, Cordova, Jack Casey as well joined the cast. So the release, The Pickup, was released by Amazon MGM Studios via Prime Video in August 6th, 2025. Yeah, that was The Pickup. Now, movie 2, War of the Worlds. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a 2025 American screen life science fiction thriller, a film based on H.G. Wells' 1898 novel, The War of the Worlds. All right, the film was directed by Rich Lee with a screenplay by Kenneth Goldie and March Heyman from A Story of Goldie. All right, it stars Ice Cube, Eva Longoria again features in this one. There is Clark Gregg, Andre Savage, Henry Hunter Hall, Eman Benson, Devon Bostic, and Michael O'Neill. Let's have a look at the trailer.
Data is food for the...
Hey! See, you took the Sunday graveyard shift again. Dad, when's the last time you left the office?
That's classified. The surveillance industrial complex is collecting massive amounts of data with the Goliath program. Our most precious resource on Earth is data. And data is food for the superior intelligence.
Dad, have you seen this? Have you seen this?
Can you tell yet what they're comprised of?
No, sir. I've never seen anything like this.
Eyewitness video is coming in from all over the world. Terror
horrifying machines rising out of these meteors.
Get away from that! Get out of there!
Dad!
I'm coming for you now!
All right, now that is the War of the Worlds, ladies and gentlemen. It is a good plot for you, actually. You just have to look for that movie and see how best you can understand more of the details. But of course, in there, the Department of Homeland Security, DHS officer, that is Will Radford, works for a government surveillance program that can monitor every person on earth. Can you imagine? And of course, the relationship with his pregnant daughter, Faith, and son, Dave, was strained due to his use of the program to constantly monitor them. Now, in the cast, Ice Cube as William, that is Will Radford, a surveillance and threat assessment expert at the Department of Homeland Security, was there. Eva Longoria, he did feature in the other one that we did look at first, so she features again as Dr. Sandra Salas. There is Clark Gregg as Donald Briggs. There is Iman Benson as Faith Radford, and of course Henry Anta Hall as Dave Radford. All right. The release, War of the Worlds, was released by Universal Pictures on Amazon Prime Video on July 30th, 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, that is also a very good plot for you this weekend. Now, movie 3, Tehran. Yeah? Tehran is a 2025 Indian Hindi language spy action thriller film directed by Arun Gopalan and produced by Dinesh Vijan, Shovna Yadav and Sandeep Laisel. It stars, of course, John Abraham Nehru Bajwa and Manushi Chila. The film was based on the 2012 attacks on Israeli diplomats. Of course, the film premiered on the Z's on 14th August 2025 and on Netflix on 27th August 2025. Let's look at the thriller.
This is an international matter. 3 countries में blast हुआ है.
Clearly an act of terrorism. Let's expose the.
Where is Rajiv Kumar? पागल है सर.
ये problem advantage बन सकता है इस case में. We cannot be trusted. सारे resources use करो. Get to the bottom of this now.
What was his name again?
Rajiv Kumar, Delhi Police.
मेरी फैमिली को धमकी किसने दी थी? जीत ने. मेरे घर में चिट्ठी किसने डाली थी? साले ने.
जॉर्जिया, थाईलैंड, इंडिया,
तीनों बॉम्ब्स में सिमिलैरिटी है.
مارتینی مینی همونی که ریشه میزنه. یالا.
जब एक सोल्जर किसी दूसरे सोल्जर को मारता है तो बात देश की होती है, लेकिन जब एक टेररिस्ट किसी मासूम की जान लेता है तो बात बहुत पर्सनल हो जाती है.
ऑपरेशन टेंशन नहीं है, ग्राउंड सपोर्ट मिलेगा नहीं, खतरा नेक्स्ट लेवल होगा.
जब तक बॉम्ब लगाने वाले हाथ काट नहीं दिए जाते तब तक इंडिया को कोई सीरियसली नहीं लेगा.
RK is entering Tehran.
The mission has been aborted. वापस आ जाओ.
RK, तुम अपनी जॉब से ज्यादा प्यार करते हो या अपनी कंट्री से?
हमारा काम ही कुछ अजीब है. जब करते हैं तो किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ता, और जब नहीं करते तो सबको फर्क पड़ता है.
You're on your own.
What do you mean?
Your country just abandoned you.
Iran wants to kill him. Israel has ditched him. And India has deserted him.
Tehran is also another movie that you can actually catch this weekend. Of course, in that plot, ACP Rajiv Kumar was an officer in Delhi's special cell, investigates a bomb blast in 2012 that kills a young girl he personally knew. Deeply shaken, he takes the case forward with a personal motive. John Abraham as ACP Rajiv Kumar. There was Nehru Bajwa as Shailaja, Manushi Chila as C. Divya, Manduri Atul as Vandana, that was actually Rajiv Kumar's wife, then Ali Khan as Niraj, Elnaz Naruzi as Laila. These Indian movies have, these guys have actually very, very hard names to pronounce at times. But of course, the release, the film was initially scheduled for a theatrical release on 26 January 2023, but was later postponed to April 2024. After several delays, it was eventually released on 14th August 2025 on this. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of the GMU Special Friday. But of course, I also have to mention about the Miss Uganda context, that is 2025. Now, as the highly anticipated Miss Uganda 2025-2026 pageant draws closer, one contestant is generating buzz for her stunning looks, that is sharp wisdom and inspiring story, that is Muhoza Trivia Ele. A 22-year-old beauty is vying for the Miss Uganda Crown 2025 amongst other 25 contestants. Muhoza is an upper-class graduate from Uganda Aviation Academy with a meritorious recognition by the International Air Transport Association. She was the best student, by the way, from the Uganda Aviation Academy in 2024. Trivia Ele hails from Butanga Village, Butenga Parish in Bukoma Nsimbi District. Muhoza is not only a stunning beauty but also a brilliant mind with a stunning passion for impactful leadership. The core of Muhoza's charity, EMU, Empowering Mothers in Uganda, has always been to empower young girls and women in vulnerable settings or communities. She has been actively involved in various community outreach programs using her platform to advocate for education for young girls and women. Now, how to vote? Will Muhoza Trivia Ele be the next Miss Uganda? Well, cast your vote and help her make her dream a reality. Of course, you have to go on that social media platform. Of course, it is very important. There is HTTPS. Of course, there are those dots and then stroke africavote.com/n/muhoza.trivia.ele. All right, I'm reading that again. How to vote Muhoza Trivia? You have to use africavotes.com/n/muhoza.trivia.ele. Vote Muhoza Trivia Ele for Miss Uganda 2025-2026. Now that Ugandans know how to vote for you, let's see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been nice being your host for the day. That is, of course, on Good Morning Uganda, but of course, Friday being a GMU Special Friday. We usher in our weekend. Let me hope everything as planned has been moving on smoothly. Up next is GMU Sport with Rubeni Mpima Chibirango. Have a nice day.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Pick of the day on UBC.
One-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
A weekly face-to-face conversation focusing on accountability, inspiration, information, and sensitization of the public from the various sources such as inspirational profiles.
Having disability is not inability.
Every Friday 9 p.m. it's one-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
Don't you see anywhere that you would give a credit in the fight against COVID?
My role as the owner of the country is not to, be preoccupied by giving credit to my servant.
We have said that if we are to talk to General Museveni, there must be certain conditions in place.
Is it true that you paid 5 million shillings to MPs that voted for?
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, you can now get all the chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Taxation is a bit complicated, and the only way to demystify it and make it as easy to understand and to comply with is through engagement. Is there a limit to the number of cars a returning citizen is bringing into Uganda? Who has paid the excise duty on this water is not the supermarket which has sold you this bottle at 1,000. It's not the business. It is the man who is going to drink this water. We strongly believe that it will only be through such constructive engagement that we'll be able to broaden our tax base and build our country together.
Buza Kamiso now. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, every story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
It is right about now that we take you through sports, and I want to thank the team that was here in the morning. Jethro Kasaiji and Robert Chirabo have done a tremendous job to keep you up on your feet or up fit and to keep you entertained. Now it is a time for sports, and I have here to give you sports. Today we have the World Cup qualifier games where Uganda will be in action as well. We also have the European World Cup qualifiers. So allow me to start with home, or what we have at home. We have 2 games that will be happening at home here, but where our people or the population is interested is actually the Cranes being in action. Uganda Cranes will be in action, that is tonight. They will be playing their game, and that game will be coming your way. Of course, in Ambole at 7 p.m., the game between Uganda and Mozambique. But before I go to those games, we had games yesterday, Julius, which were played in the African World Cup qualifiers. Guinea-Bissau drew with Sierra Leone, that was 1-1 in Group A. Group D, we had Angola lose at home to Libya by 0-0. Then Mauritania lost to Cape Verde 2-0, and Cameroon beat Eswatini. Eswatini is Moswati. I don't know whether my friend Rosie understands what Eswatini is all about. But for the neutrals like Godwin, who would want to go to and enjoy what is in Eswatini, they will always want to go there and adventure. So Eswatini is actually a visa-free country for those who come from Uganda. Muswati was here and said that men can go to Eswatini and marry. So my brother told he and Godwin can go and enjoy what is in Eswatini. But in terms of football, they lost by 3-0. Even the beautiful ladies couldn't help them win against Cameroon. So that means they need to import men from here who can produce young men who can play football. So for those who are looking at where out to go, you need to go to Eswatini and find your better halves there. But anyway, from the jokes, Group D, 3 to Cameroon, 0 Eswatini. Algeria beat Botswana by 3-1. Then Tunisia beat Liberia, that was 3-0. Good game there, that was yesterday. Then we had Group G, Algeria beat Botswana by 3-1. And Group H, Sao Tome and Principe did lose to Equatorial Guinea by 3-2, and Tunisia, like I said, beat Liberia by 3-0. Then, of course, Group I, Ghana 1, Chad 1, Madagascar beat Central African Republic by 2-0, and Mali did win against Comoros by 3-0. Now, today or tonight, Group B, South Sudan takes on DR Congo at 3. Then Mauritania takes on Togo at 10. Then Senegal, the Lions of Teranga, will be in action against Sudan. That is the Khartoum Sudan at 10. Then Group C, Benin, the Benin team that had Razako Motoyosi, will take on Zimbabwe. Then Lesotho will play against South Africa. Then Group E has Congo against Tanzania at 7. Morocco will take on Niger. That will be at 10. Group F has Kenya, the Harambee Stars, against Gambia. Then Ivory Coast will take on Burundi. That will be at 10 p.m. Then Group G, where our interest is, Somalia will take on Guinea at 3 in Ambole Stadium. Then we shall have Uganda against Mozambique. That will be at 7. The tickets are online. You can get the tickets and go and catch this game. For the neutrals, who would love to watch the game. UBC TV, like I said yesterday, we can't guarantee that we have this qualifier. Our focus is CHAN and AFCON, known to World Cup, non-qualifiers. So we might don't be tempted to stay home and think that UBC might have the game. As far as I know, we might not have that game live. Not because we don't want it, but because of the pay TV rights. You know, content is expensive. Now, getting that single game might cost you $1 billion plus shillings to lay it live in production costs. So we'd rather wait for the biggest event that is in December for the AFCON than spend here where it's just a qualifier. But anyway, you never know. Just keep your fingers crossed. You might get your wish granted. Well, Group A has Egypt, Burkina Faso, Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, Ethiopia, and Djibouti. And Egypt has 16 points from 6 games. And then Group B has DR Congo, Senegal, Sudan, Togo, South Sudan, and Mauritania. Now, the game that will be interesting is South Sudan against Sudan. That will be the Sudan derby, the derby of the war. So that will be a good one to watch. Sudan against South Sudan. That will be a very well. The way the game would be, I'll ask Julius to tell us. I will not say it here because for purposes of security. I will not say it. Group C has South Africa, Rwanda, Benin, Nigeria, Lesotho, and Zimbabwe. That's Group C. Not Lesotho, but Lesotho. That is the pronunciation of that nation. Then Group D, yes, Group D. Let's go to Group D. Has Cape Verde, Cameroon, Libya, Angola, Mauritius, and Eswatini. Eswatini is a country that makes me smile. They are beautiful ladies, brother. Eswatini. So for the men there, you can go visit Eswatini. Group E has Morocco, Tanzania, Zambia, Niger, and Congo. Eritrea withdrew from the World Cup qualifiers. Then they will not qualify. So they said, instead of wasting our money and our time, let's just go home. Because we might not even get a point from this group. So they gave up on that. Then Group F has Gabon. Then there's Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire is Ivory Coast. Then there's Burundi, Kenya, Gambia, and Seychelles, who has no point from 7 games. That's Group F. Group G, we have Group G here. So many groups here that have really, Group G has Algeria, Mozambique, Botswana, Uganda, Guinea, and Somalia. Uganda is a pronunciation from here. Then Uganda is when you come from the somewhere like South Sudan areas. You can say Uganda, not Uganda. So that's Group G for you. Group H has Tunisia, Zambia, Liberia, Equatorial Guinea, Malawi, and Sao Tome and Principe. Yes, Sao Tome and Principe, the one is eliminated. They can't compete now. Then Group I has Ghana, Madagascar, Mali, the Comoros, Central African Republic, and Chad. Yes, Chad is actually, Chad and CR have been eliminated. Then, as you look at this, the runners-up in the rankings, Cote d'Ivoire is actually number 1 with 16 points. Then Cameroon number 2, Madagascar number 3, and Senegal, the Lions of Teranga, are number 4. Well, let's go to the World Cup qualifiers from Europe, the UEFA World Cup qualification. Group B, we have games that will be played. But of course, before I go there were games yesterday which are played. Luxembourg 1, Northern Ireland 3. Slovakia beat Germany by 2-0. Then we had Turkey beating Georgia 3-2, Spain 3-0 Bulgaria. The team that had Hristo Stoichkov and Jordan